Have you ever pondered what truly stands between you and your most ambitious dreams? Take a moment and think. Often, the largest barrier to achieving our goals is ourselves. Intriguing, isn't it? Welcome to a special video that promises to transform not just how you face challenges, but how you view yourself in the mirror every day. If you're searching for the key to unlock your boundless potential and sail through life's storms with unwavering confidence, you're in the right place. And the answer might be simpler and more powerful than you imagine. Focus on yourself through the principles of Stoicism. We're about to embark on a journey of discovery and personal growth that promises to change the way you interact with the world around you. Are you ready to uncover ancient secrets that can turn obstacles into golden opportunities? Then stay with me, and let's dive deep into this adventure. Ready to begin? Let's go. Do you understand the importance of standing firm in the face of life's challenges? Each of us faces challenges that, at times, may seem insurmountable. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who was also a philosopher, teaches us something powerful. The obstacles in front of us are not just there to challenge us, but to show us a way forward. He believed that within difficulty lies opportunity. Thinking this way changes everything. When we face problems, it's as if we're in front of a puzzle. At first, it seems complicated, perhaps even impossible, but with patience and determination, we begin to fit the pieces together, one by one, until the picture starts to form. And the feeling of seeing that puzzle completed is incredible, isn't it? This is what Marcus Aurelius meant. Each challenge is a piece of the great puzzle that is our life. We might not understand where each piece fits at the moment, but each one has its place and its importance. And when we overcome an obstacle, it's as if we've found the right spot for one of those complicated pieces. Now imagine that each time you overcome a challenge, you're actually building a stronger version of yourself. As if each problem solved, every obstacle overcome, gives you more strength, more confidence. So the next time you face a challenge, remember it's not a sign to stop. It's actually a sign that you're on the right path. It's an opportunity to learn, grow, and become even stronger. Now, I want you to think about something that's challenging you right now. See it not as an insurmountable wall, but as a door. A door that, once opened, will bring you closer to who you can become. Is it difficult? It might be. But is it possible? Absolutely. Remember that you possess everything within you needed to face whatever comes your way. Each challenge is an opportunity to prove to yourself what you're capable of. So take a deep breath, step forward, and face it. The path ahead is yours to tread, and believe it, you are ready for it. There's a principle that shines like a guiding star on our journey, focusing on oneself and practicing Stoic virtues. These ideas, stemming from ancient wisdom, still resonate with striking clarity in today's world, inviting us to look inward and recognize the immense power lying in our ability to choose to act with wisdom, courage, and temperance. Life, with its ups and downs, offers us a stage to practice these virtues daily. But what does this truly mean? It means living consciously, making our choices based on what is right and good, not just for ourselves, but also for those around us. It means facing our fears with bravery, finding balance in our desires and passions, and seeking wisdom to distinguish what we can change from what we cannot. This path is not about grand gestures or monumental achievements. It's about the small choices we make every day. It's how we respond to traffic, how we treat our co-workers, how we manage our time and energy. Every moment is an opportunity to practice virtue, to be the best version of ourselves. But how do we maintain focus on ourselves without drifting into selfishness? This is where Stoic wisdom shines, teaching us to understand what's within our power. We might not have control over external events, but we have total dominion over how we react to them. This understanding frees us, allowing us to accept what's beyond our reach and focus on what we can truly change: our actions, responses, and thoughts. The proposition is for a deep dive into self-awareness, recognizing our weaknesses and working to turn them into strengths. It's an invitation to live authentically, seeking not the approval of others, but the inner peace that comes from living according to our deepest values. Imagine then what your life would be like if, every day, you practiced a little more courage, facing your fears. What if you sought balance, saying no to excess and yes to what truly matters? And what if every day you strove to learn something new, to expand your understanding of the world and yourself? It's these questions that, by asking, we begin the true journey towards a fulfilling and meaningful life. It's not a journey completed overnight, but a path that unfolds with every conscious step we take. So let's talk about something that, believe it or not, makes a huge difference in the way we live: our power of choice. It's fascinating to realize that, even when everything around us seems out of control, we still hold the reins of something very important: how we react to it all. Think about how often you've worried about things that, in the end, were completely out of your reach. The weather, what others think. And what good did that really do? But here's the interesting part. Even when we can't change a situation, we can always choose our attitude towards it. This is practical, not just a nice idea. It's about taking a moment to think, okay, this is happening. I can't change it, but how can I deal with it in the best way possible? It's not about ignoring problems, but facing them with a mindset that puts us in charge of our reactions. And what about getting to know yourself? That's quite the journey. It's like becoming a detective of your own life, observing and learning about what truly motivates you, what causes your particular reactions. Believe me, the more you know yourself, the more you understand how to navigate this world. Now, the cherry on top. All of this helps us live in a more harmonious way, but you don't have to think of courage as something reserved for superheroes or moments of great peril. Courage is something we experience in our day-to-day life. It's that force that gets us out of bed on difficult mornings, that pushes us to try something new, to face a problem, or to admit a mistake. You see, facing adversities, the unknown, our own limitations, and flaws requires a lot of courage. And I'm not just talking about confronting a great fear. I'm referring to the everyday, the little things like when we decide to tell the truth, even knowing it might not be what the other person wants to hear, or when we stop and look within ourselves, recognizing our own mistakes and learning from them. Having courage also means knowing we will face challenges and difficulties, but choosing to stand firm. It's like knowing the path ahead is tough, but deciding to move forward because in some way we feel it's the right thing to do. It's not easy. Sometimes it may even feel like we're swimming against the current, but that's precisely where courage shines. You see, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's about what we do even when we're afraid. It's that inner voice that tells us, yes, this is scary, but I'm stronger than my fear. And that, my friend, is powerful. It transforms us, makes us grow. Think about the opportunities courage brings us. Every time we face something with courage, we're giving ourselves the chance to demonstrate our virtue, to become better. And that's incredible because with every challenge we face, every time we overcome our fears, we grow. We become stronger, more resilient. So, how about we look at courage in a new way? Not as something reserved for big moments, but as a constant presence in our lives, a force that drives us to live more authentically, to face our fears, and to grow from them. And remember, Having courage doesn't mean doing everything alone. Asking for help is also an act of courage. Admitting we don't know something and wanting to learn more is courageous. Let's bring courage into our everyday lives, face our challenges, learn from our failures, and grow from them. Because, in the end, that's what moves us forward. Now let's continue to explore temperance. In a world where excess seems to be the norm, where the incessant pursuit of more drives us further away from happiness, an ancient yet incredibly relevant concept emerges. Temperance. Yes, this term might conjure images of dusty books and ancient philosophies, but it holds a powerful secret to a full and balanced life. Temperance may seem like a complex word, but its meaning is simple and profoundly transformative. It's about self-control, moderation, balance in everything we do. Imagine your life as a boat sailing through the ocean. Temperance is the rudder that allows us to maintain our course, avoiding extremes, whether they be storms of excess or doldrums of deprivation. The Stoics, masters of antiquity, saw in this principle not just a virtue, but the path to happiness. They teach us that living in harmony with nature, understanding and accepting the world as it is, allows us to manage our desires and avoid the excesses that so often divert us from true satisfaction. Acceptance of the present and self-control. Living in the present moment and maintaining self-control are like holding the helm firmly in the open sea. Life, with its twists and turns, sometimes seems to test our patience and our ability to remain calm. The reality is this: things happen that are beyond our control. But here's the secret. What we can really control are our own reactions and attitudes. This isn't about surrendering or being passive. It's about taking the reins of how we respond to what life throws at us. Accepting reality as it is might seem hard after all. Who likes facing tough times or undesirable situations? But think of it this way: fighting against what we cannot change is like trying to stop the wind. It's futile and only exhausts us. On the other hand, focusing on what is within our reach, our actions, our thoughts, our attitudes, is where our true strength lies. This is the core of self-control, recognizing that, although we can't control everything around us, we have power over the most important thing, ourselves. And that is an incredible source of freedom. Knowing that, no matter what happens out there, you can choose your response here inside. This gives you an unshakable peace of mind and a strength that nothing can undermine. So the next time you encounter something frustrating or challenging, remember that your reaction is a choice. Take a deep breath, step back, and ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, accept it and focus on what you can change. If yes, then you know what to do. This active and conscious acceptance not only brings peace, but also empowers us to live more fully and purposefully. Sure, it's not easy, but like everything in life, it's a practice. The more we practice accepting the present and exercising self-control, the more skilled we become at navigating life with grace, determination, and above all, peace of mind. And that, my friends, is a powerful way to live. Self-examination and the power of the mind. Let's talk about a powerful tool we all possess, but often overlook: self-examination. This process is nothing more than taking an honest look at ourselves, our thoughts, actions, and emotions. It's like pausing for a moment amid the hustle and bustle of daily life to check the map and see if we're still on the right path. Now, why is this so important? Because without this moment of pause and reflection, it's easy to get lost. We might end up following a path that wasn't truly what we wanted. Self-examination helps us realize when we're acting on impulse, when our emotions are taking the wheel and steering us away from our values and virtues. Moreover, reflecting on ourselves shows how powerful our minds are. the way we perceive the world around us, how we react to challenges. It all starts in our heads. If we learn to control our perceptions and reactions, we gain enormous influence over our life experience. This doesn't mean ignoring feelings or pretending problems don't exist. It means acknowledging that, although we can't control everything that happens to us, we have complete control over how we respond to those situations. How about starting to practice self-examination today? It doesn't need to be complicated. Take a few minutes of your day to reflect on your attitudes and emotions and ask yourself, is this aligned with who I wish to be? If the answer is no, you've just found an area for growth and improvement. Meditation and mindfulness. Let's dive straight into the heart of the matter. Transformation begins in the mind. Have you ever realized the power you hold simply by deciding where to direct your thoughts and emotions? This is where self-examination and the incredible power of meditation and mindfulness come in. These are not just ancient practices or trendy topics. They are revolutionary tools at your disposal, ready to be utilized in your daily life to achieve greater control and inner peace. First, understand that self-examination is the key to self-awareness. Ask yourself, what are my values? Am I living in accordance with them? This ongoing reflection is what allows us to grow, identify where we can improve, and, most importantly, align our actions with our deepest beliefs. Don't underestimate the power of taking a moment to truly reflect on your life. This could be the turning point from living on autopilot to taking control of the helm of your life. Have you noticed how our minds sometimes seem like a turbulent sea of thoughts and worries? Imagine if you could calm that sea. Wouldn't that be incredibly powerful? Meditation teaches us exactly that. To sit with our thoughts, observe them without judgment, and gradually learn to bring them to a state of calm and clarity. It's not about emptying the mind, but understanding that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer, capable of choosing which thoughts deserve your energy and which can simply pass by like clouds in the sky. Mindfulness brings us to the present moment, the only place where life truly happens. By practicing it, you begin to notice the small wonders of everyday life, those that often go unnoticed. Every breath becomes an opportunity to be truly alive, every task, no matter how trivial, a chance to be fully engaged. So here's the invitation. View life as a series of present moments, each with the potential to be fully lived. Let self-examination be your guide, meditation your stronghold, and mindfulness your lens to see the world. By doing this, you'll discover an inner strength you may have never known you possessed. And with that strength, you not only can face life's challenges, but truly thrive, finding peace and satisfaction in the now. Resilience and acceptance of impermanence. The truth is that life is a series of ups and downs, fleeting moments that shape us, challenge us, and eventually teach us the true essence of inner strength. This strength, this inner resilience, is what allows us to face life's setbacks not as the end of the journey, but as integral parts of the path we pave day after day. At the heart of this journey is the acceptance of impermanence, a Stoic truth that teaches us to embrace the transitory nature of everything around us. Everything changes, everything evolves, and instead of resisting this reality, we can choose to accept it, learning to appreciate each moment with greater depth and meaning. When we accept that nothing is permanent, we begin to lessen our attachment to things outside our control, focusing our energy and attention on what we truly can influence, our attitudes, reactions, and personal growth. See adversity not as a dead end, but as an invitation to development, a chance to strengthen your character and broaden your understanding of yourself and the world. Each challenge faced is a lesson learned. Every obstacle overcome is a step on the ladder of your personal evolution. Practicing inner resilience is also about learning to find peace within oneself, regardless of the external storms. It's knowing that despite life's changes and uncertainties, you possess an inner fortress, a center of calm and serenity that no external adversity can shake. This is the true strength of resilience, the ability to remain whole and at peace, even when the world around you seems to crumble. I encourage you to see each day, each moment, as a precious opportunity for growth and learning. Make room for impermanence in your life and let it teach you to value the present moment with greater intensity, to live each day with purpose and gratitude. For in accepting the transitoriness of life, we discover the indelible beauty of the present and build a resilience that accompanies us, strong and steady, every step of the way. Stoic daily practices for personal growth. In the calm of a morning upon waking, before the world awakes to its noise and endless tumult, visualize yourself for a moment at the center of a universe awaiting your light. I don't ask that you imagine, but feel this connection with the dawn of a new day. This is the time to arm yourself with intentions, those silent choices that paint the day with the colors of your soul. Start by nourishing your spirit with acts of kindness, as small as helping someone without expecting anything in return, or as simple as offering a smile. These acts, though they may seem small, are the foundations of an unshakable inner fortress. Throughout the day, practice the art of moderation, that skill of walking the tightrope between too much and not enough, deliberately choosing not to be swept away by the currents of excess, which, though tempting, often distance us from what is truly essential. And as night approaches, when the sun sets painting the sky orange and pink, dedicate a moment to reflection. It's the perfect time to leaf through the pages of your day, not with the critical eye of a judge, but with the pure curiosity of a learner. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? Each day brings with it lessons, some as clear as crystal, others hidden between the lines of our experiences. I also encourage you to maintain a gratitude journal. This powerful habit shifts our focus, helping us to see not just a glass half full, but overflowing with blessings. In it, record not just moments of joy, but also challenges, for even in adversity there is beauty and lessons. This path we walk, guided by Stoic principles, does not promise an absence of storms, but the strength to navigate through them. It teaches us to value what we have, to accept what we cannot change, and to have the wisdom to distinguish between the two. And thus, in the cycle of sunrise and sunset, we cultivate an inner garden of peace, strength, and gratitude. These practices, day after day, become the brushes with which we paint the canvas of our lives, a picture that reflects not just who we are, but who we aspire to be. If you've enjoyed taking this step with us, don't forget to subscribe to continue your evolution. I am grateful for your journey to this point. Until the next video.